One of the experiences I trust every homebrewer shares is the feeling of awe that comes from witnessing the conversion of wort into beer through the fermentation process. Even after 15 years, I still get giddy when I see the first signs of airlock activity, a nice fluffy krausen developing on top of my beer. The worst is when this takes too long. You all know the anxiety that comes from checking on a batch a day after pitching and seeing no action. This is why we love Imperial Yeast, who pack 200 billion cells of the purest yeast into each pitch right pouch, which assures quick starts, healthy fermentation, and predictably great results. I strongly urge all of our listeners to check out everything Imperial Yeast has to offer and let them know that you appreciate their support of the Brewlosophy podcast while you're at it. All right, on to the show. I know I'm biased, but I cannot believe it's been nearly 3 years since Jersey last sat in the studio here with Tim and me to record a set of 1-minute beer reviews. That whole series, or as some view it, train wreck, was a spur-of-the-moment idea that came to me while I was sitting around drinking with a couple of my closest friends. Now, what's funny is that to this day, I still get emails from listeners asking to send beers in to have them reviewed by Jersey and Tim, and it just reminds me how a silly idea ended up becoming something more than I expected. Well, today we're going to be sharing a handful of 1-minute beer reviews from years past, just as we did on episode 297 back in August of 2023, as the response to that was surprisingly positive. Now, to those who are new to the show and maybe haven't listened to our back catalog just yet, the next hour may very well feel a little bit unusual, and if you feel like skipping over it, no hard feelings at all. The truth is, I was originally planning on skipping this week anyway, as I go on a annual off-the-grid camping trip for Memorial Day every year. But the nostalgia bug bit, and I figured, it might be kind of fun to share some more old reviews with our listeners. So that is exactly what we'll be doing today. All right, if you're a fan of this show and you'd like to receive a reward for your support, please consider becoming a patron of Brewlosophy over at patreon.com/Brewlosophy, where you make a small pledge and receive rewards like access to unpublished contributor recipes, unique discounts at YakimaValleyHops.com, and an invitation to a monthly live Q&A session with somebody in the brewing world. Coming up in June of 2024, one of the Brew Club's founding members, Haven Schultz, will be hanging out with patrons. Understandably, people tend to think myself and the other Brewlosophy crew are fully behind the Brew Club and what built this thing. But the truth is, while some of the contributors may help out with the Brew Club, they're really their own thing, which I think is pretty cool. And Haven is a big part of the reason for the Brew Club's success. On top of all of that, he's also got a ton of experience brewing and is just a really cool dude. So if you have any questions about the Brew Club and want to be part of this session, be sure to make your pledge of just $3 or more by Friday, June 28th, 2024, as Haven's going to be taking questions on Saturday, the 29th. All past sessions are stored on our private Patreon and Facebook pages, so you can go back and watch them whenever you like. Again, that's patreon.com/Brewlosophy. Another really easy way to support us is by using the links found at brewlosophy.com/support when you're shopping online. Your experience doesn't change at all, and we get a little kickback for that referral. Finally, if you wouldn't mind letting us know what you think about this show by leaving a rating and review in Apple Podcast, we would appreciate that as well. Feedback is brought to you by Clawhammer Supply, who are known for their incredible all-in-one electric brewing systems. I've brewed on both their 120 and 240 volt systems, and I'm telling you, these things are awesome, efficient, easy to use with a relatively small footprint. You're not going to be disappointed with one of these units. Plus, the guys behind the company run an amazing YouTube channel, which you can find by searching YouTube for Clawhammer Supply. If you're in the market for electric brewing gear or even just reasonably priced kettles and such, make sure to check out what Clawhammer Supply has to offer at clawhammersupply.com. And don't forget to let them know Brewlosophy sent you when you're checking out. That's clawhammersupply.com. Listener Andy Gerver from St. Paul, Minnesota wrote in with some thoughts on big beer. Andy said, "Longtime listener, first-time caller. First off, I want to say I agree with you that the craft beer and homebrew communities should be more welcoming of all beer palates, especially the macro light lager crowd. There's a beer style for every occasion, and beer culture should be more about what you're doing and who you're with than what's in your glass. However, I'd be curious to get your take on AB InBev in particular. I, for one, make an effort to avoid any AB InBev brand when spending my beer dollars, including when they briefly own Northern Brewer. But it's not because of a disdain for their light lager brands. It's 100% a reaction to their 2015 Super Bowl commercial in which they took a firm stance in opposition to craft beer and craft beer consumers, putting Bud drinkers on a pedestal as they mocked the culture of craft beer. Ironically, just 10 days before this commercial aired, Anheuser-Busch had purchased their fourth craft brewery, Elysian, which is based out of Seattle, who had released a pumpkin peach ale the previous fall at a craft beer event, which is a style they mocked in the commercial. AB InBev was creating division with their consumers and trying to rake in cash on both sides of the fence as they gobbled up craft beer companies as quietly as possible. I also agree with you on the failure of the Brewers Association's independent beer logo, but I applaud them for trying to create transparency on the beer shelf. AB InBev's chief marketing officer, when they started to acquire craft breweries, stated, quote, "If people do the work to find out that we own these craft brands, God bless them." How do you feel about all of this? Well, Andy, I feel like I have to start any response to a question like this with a little bit of a disclaimer. I understand some people get hung up on the fact that not everyone sees things the same exact way that they do or holds the same opinions. And this can lead to the belief, or the misbelief, if you will, that those who express alternative opinions are in some way trying to change the minds of others. Given this platform that I have here with the Brewlosophy podcast and the fact I know other people are listening to this, I just want to say that I promise you that is not my intention at all. I just feel like beating around the bush is weak and really accomplishes nothing. So I'm going to do my best to be as honest as I possibly can about this, but please trust, I am not trying to mold any minds out there. So on that note, I don't really have an issue with AB InBev, and I'm sure there are a lot of listeners saying, well, yeah, surprise, surprise. No, that's not to say I fully agree with their business tactics, but I just view them as a notably capitalistic company doing notably capitalistic things in a notably capitalistic society. You know, given the behemoth AB InBev is, I'm also aware that me choosing not to consume their products likely isn't going to change much for them anyway. But let's assume that it did. That would mean that my decision wouldn't just affect the bigwigs at the top, who, let's be honest, I'm a little bit jealous of. I'd take their paychecks and their salaries any day of the week. But the thousands of regular people who rely on their jobs to make a normal income, at AB InBev to support their families and such. To me, that is more important than any sentiment I might have toward the company itself. And I know that that's a fairly unique perspective. I mean, of all the crushable commercial lagers out there, Bud Light, I'll admit it, is my least favorite. But that's not because of who makes it or even who shot cases of it with an AR on social media. I just don't think it tastes as good as Miller Lite. As far as the 2015 Super Bowl commercial goes, I was one of those weirdos who thought it was pretty funny and took no offense to it. And mind you, this was 2015. I'd been brewing for a long time at that point, drinking craft beer while watching the Super Bowl. The many memes that came from that ad were funny enough to me to kind of justify the ad itself. Plus, I just kind of understand the underlying intentions, I think I do at least, of these big brands. And that's just to make more money and try to tap into every market that they can. That's just the way things work here. I don't think that they were trying to offend anybody or to be divisive. I think they were trying to be cheeky and cute and fun. And for the most part, in my head at least, it accomplished that. So that's where I'm at with it. There's probably a chance as well that commercial may have planted a seed in somebody who is interested in craft beer or homebrewing. I doubt it drove anybody away from it. I mean, I don't know why a commercial like that would do that. It was really pandering just to people who already enjoy Budweiser and Bud Light anyways. So anyway, I just want to reiterate that these are my own personal opinions that I suspect many people will disagree with, and that's great. I'm not going to change my mind because of somebody beating me over the head on a podcast, and I don't expect anybody else to do the same. Thank you so much for sharing your opinions and reaching out, Andy. If you have show feedback, you can send it to feedback@brewlosophy.com or leave us a note on social media. Alrighty, when we return from this break, we'll be heading back in time with Jersey and Tim. After a long brew day, the last thing I want to do is waste more time chilling wort. I've tried so many different options, and ultimately I settled on the super efficient immersion chillers made by Jaded Brewing. With the King Cobra and Hydra, I'm able to chill my entire batch of wort from boiling to just a few degrees above groundwater temperature in as little as 6 minutes. If an immersion chiller is right for your brewery, then do yourself a favor and check out all of the rad options Jaded Brewing has to offer at jadedbrewing.com, and be sure to let them know Brewlosophy sent you. As every brewer knows, the best beer requires the best hops, which Yakima Valley Hops provides fresh from the source to brewers around the world, carrying everything from classics like Cascade to modern favorites like Galaxy and Mosaic, as well as other ingredients and gear. Yakima Valley Hops has it all. And don't forget to check out their new podcast, The Late Edition, where the YVH crew goes into depth on our favorite plant with industry experts. Head over to YakimaValleyHops.com now to see all they have to offer and subscribe to The Late Edition wherever it is you listen to podcasts.
Worried about letting someone else pick out the perfect avocado for your perfect impress them on the third date guacamole? Well, good thing Instacart shoppers are as picky as you are. They find ripe avocados like it's their guac on the line. They are milk expiration date detectives. They bag eggs like the 12 precious pieces of cargo they are. So let Instacart shoppers overthink your groceries so that you can overthink what you'll wear on that third date. Download the Instacart app to get free delivery on your first 3 orders while supplies last. Minimum $10 per order. Additional terms apply.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects, but there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone, and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
Back in September of 2017, nearly 7 years ago, Jersey and Tim came over for what I believe was our second beer review session ever. The way these things worked out is that I would usually bring 4 to 6 beers into the studio in a cooler with, some sort of an ice pack. We'd review those beers, then we'd take a little break while I refilled the cooler. Well, the guys would occasionally continue messing around while on these breaks, resulting in some of what I believe to be the funniest material being recorded. Like this gem.
1 minute beer review with Jersey and Tim.
I'm smelling it.
I mean, it's all right. It's just beer. Here we go. Another beer that we got to decide about. I mean, it tastes like beer. It's beer or whatever.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's the same shit it's just beer. It tastes, hey, guys, all the people out there, it tastes like beer with some differing flavors. And
it's got a little...
I'm going to boil this down. All beer tastes like beer with some additional flavors.
And a little bit of beer.
But you know what? When I drink this, you know what I think of?
We've done way too many beer reviews for the day.
I will tell you this. Can I say, screw beer reviews, because they all taste like beer and they get us drunk.
No doubt.
Shit, Marshall left, and I don't think he knows this is still going.
Why did he leave?
You know what? I'll take this opportunity to talk a little bit about Marshall. He has small hands.
You know what that means?
He has small hands.
He can make some good beer.
Yeah, he makes good beer with his small hands. He's like, how about some small hands beer? It's delicious. Hey, guys, this beer is crafted specifically for small handers. You look like a seal. Shit, dude, he's gonna come back and he's gonna be pissed at us. How did he left us alone? How do we make this live? I want this to go live to
it's live right now.
It's live. Everyone's gonna hear it. Hey, you know this beer review was meant to be. Hey, Timmy Tim. Yo, cheers.
Cheers.
Hey,
I heard it.
Cheers. I love you, and I love what you stand for, and I hate this beer. What was this beer? Did we even review it?
It is not good.
What was it? Did we even review it? Hang on.
Let me taste
sip. Nah, it's terrible.
I really don't like it.
And I don't mind if you fucking hate this beer. Hang on.
You should have known.
That it was terrible.
Why'd you leave us with the microphones on?
I think I think Marshall's dealing with his children and his failed life. And
the dog wants out.
Flare, 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 skip, flare, 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 skip, flare, 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 skip, skip, bop, bop, bop. Attaboy. You know what? We need to shut this off, dude. He's gonna delete. He's going to delete all this. He doesn't give a...
When I first met Tim, he was a Coors Light drinker who wasn't necessarily against other styles of beer. He just didn't really care for other styles of beer. Now, being friends with somebody like me who has multiple beers on tap definitely influenced a change in Tim's palate, just as it did Jersey's, but they never really developed a strong love for richer, stronger beers. Like Sierra Nevada's 2017 Bigfoot, which they reviewed not long after its release.
Oh, this is dark.
This is like your soul. It's dark like your soul. You bottled it up. It's got a good nose feel.
It smells like my soul.
It's got a good nose feel. Yeah. I don't think it smells like anything. None of them smell like anything.
Ooh, not so good.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's rough. Soap.
I'm getting soap too. I actually get it. I'm just agreeing with you. I know that you always get soap. It tastes very soapy.
It's not a good drinking beer.
I think this would be a great beer to serve to people to impress your friends, and then they don't understand it, and you hold that against them.
It smells good, but it's not good.
Like you say things like, I get pine and some citrus, and they're like, me too. And then you're like, no, I don't get that. Like, this is a good beer for that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to drink.
It's awful. I'm just going to say, it's not good. I don't even know what it is, but it's not good.
Oh. It tastes like tire. I get a little bit of tire.
You know, the last tire I had, it does taste like tire. I'm going to have to say.
We're done.
One of the many great things about having neighbors like Jersey and Tim is that, like most good friends who enjoy beer, they loved sampling whatever it was I was serving, and I loved sharing it with them. At one point, I had my short and shoddy oatmeal porter on tap, so I figured why not see how they review it when they had no idea what it was or who brewed it.
I'm sure you're going to say it's portery.
No. It's port, dumbass.
Oh, look who's... No, dude!
Got a nice roast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's coffee.
It's very good.
Except it's cold, and it doesn't cost $17. It's good as coffee. It's very good coffee. Obviously, the mash had some coffee.
It's got a great smell.
It's just coffee. What kind of coffee is it?
I don't know.
Do you even think that it's coffee, or are you going to tell me that it's something like
I don't think
juniper?
it's coffee. No, it's nowhere near.
Then
juniper.
what is it?
It's definitely like oaky roast. Like oak. not oaky, oak roast. I mean,
Would you drink another pint?
I would.
Would you?
Why not?
I would drink another pint, and here's why. Because it tastes like coffee, and I love coffee.
I would drink it. It's got a nice roast taste to it. Marshall down.
I'm sorry, we can't review this beer anymore because Marshall just fell over. I dedicate this sip to Marshall.
All the way back in March of 2018 on episode 32 of this podcast, the guys reviewed a style that was unique to them, Strong Scotch Ale, which was brewed by listener Ryan Rupp.
What do you smell?
I smell plummy. It's plums.
All right, I'm going for it.
Are those tears of joy?
They're not tears of joy.
Sadness?
It's interesting. Not bad.
I like it. Oh, dude. I can't wrap my arms around. I don't know what it is.
I don't have anything either.
It smells different than it tastes, than it looks.
Yeah, has a very strong aroma.
It's like unobtainium. It's a rare element.
A little peppery.
It's a sipping beer.
Yeah.
I don't think I can.
It feels
I don't
like
think
a
I
big
can
beer.
house it. I can house it.
Oh yeah.
I can't house it. It's good. Dude, I like it. It's kind of good. Hang on.
It's not bad. It's peppery to me. A little bit.
Is it high in alcohol content? It feels
seems
like
like
it's
it
very
is. It
high in
seems like
alcohol
it
content.
is.
But it's almost got like a coffee flavor in there.
Not to me.
Plum and
But-
roasted
but what do I
plum
know?
coffee. Roasted plum coffee.
Oh, nailed it.
Like if you roasted up some plums and then put that in coffee.
Delicious.
You like it?
It's
You
not
think
bad.
it's delicious? It's growing on you, isn't it?
It is growing on me.
I would drink this.
I would too. It's peppery though. That's like the third time I said
Roasted plum with a little misting of pepper. A little grinding of pepper. You finished it. Well, I mean, you can't say you didn't like it if you finished it.
that. It's good.
As learned men, we know that to be true.
It's not my go-to, but it's good.
Yeah, dude. I give it a solid, not my go-to, but I would drink it. I kind of liked it.
Definitely.
By my recollection, hazy IPA really began to take off sometime around 2015 or so, back when there was some controversy even as to what it should be called. We started off with New England IPA before shifting to hazy IPA, which I think is kind of the accepted moniker these days. Anyway, one spin-off of this unique style that included a dose of lactose is Milkshake IPA, and listener Banco sent one in that he made and called $5 Shake for the guys to review.
Bel amor, como lo hace con esos amantes. Ooh.
This one's clear.
No, it's not clear, homie. It's got
Mine
that urine color.
Urine. Smells like urine.
Ooh. What do you think? Piney?
Piney?
Yeah.
Piney fruity.
Well, excuse me, learned man.
It's probably neither.
We don't even need me anymore. You take care of it.
Damn, that's not bad either.
I feel like the longer we do this, the more we start to like everything. We're becoming useless.
I'm not liking the aftertaste.
Hashtag fake beer review.
Yeah, the first sip was good.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
It's an IPA.
Dude,
It's not?
No, I don't think that it is. Here's the thing. We don't say IPA anymore. We've learned this the hard way. We just say pale ale. That way, if it's an American pale ale or an Indian
We're like
pale ale,
half right.
We're already right. We're just
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's what I meant. APA, yeah. Or it's like a New England pale ale or NEPA or whatever
It's
they
a
call
PA.
it. Oh, it's a NEPA. We're going to fail this test.
Again.
Whatever it is, I like it a lot.
It's got the aftertaste of the IPA, which I don't like that much.
So if it's not an IPA and it has an aftertaste of IPA, it has an identity crisis. It's going to fit right in this modern society.
I've had worse.
I give it 7 Jersey Tims. That's a 7
7?
Jersey Tim.
Really?
That's a 7 Jersey Tim beer.
Oh, probably 5 for me.
Okay, so an average of 6 Jersey
6.
Tims.
Yeah.
Homebrewers are a curious lot, which I love because it means they put their creativity to good use when it comes to the concoctions they think up. Listener John Whitman did just that with his Mountain Dew beer, which the guys reviewed on episode 62 back in October of 2018.
Did you mean to put like cornflakes in the top of mine? Or did you just not wash the glass? Do you have cornflakes in the top of yours?
This is yeah, I do actually. Or someone was eating toast over it.
Is this part of the allure of this beer?
It's not clear whatsoever.
It's a New England IPA. Piney and fruity.
Fruity, yeah.
That's what it is. Don't even need to drink it. Next! We could be wrong. We probably not, though. Remember we talked about this. It's some kind of a pale ale. We'll leave it at that.
I don't mind it.
Could be New England, Old England.
Doesn't have the bitterness. Got a little grapefruity
Look
taste
at
going
you,
on, doesn't
dude.
it?
Look at you, man. Really bringing the big guns. I get grapefruit now, too. Grapefruit pale ale.
Nailed it.
Final answer. Phone a friend? Nope, dude. Final answer. It's pretty good. I like it.
It's not bad. I do like it.
And the fruitiness now, like now that you said that, has turned into grapefruit.
And if we had like a strainer, we could strain out the skin. And
Whoever made this, I'm sorry that you're missing half of the skin on your body. You really put your heart and soul to this.
I do like it.
No, yeah, I like the taste too. I'd drink this. This is very tasty. I give it 4 jerseys.
4? I'm gonna go 6.
Okay, for a total of 14. Sounds great.
Some of the more memorable Jersey and Tim beer reviews were of beers that were largely new to the guys. Stronger styles that packed not only a boozier punch, but more flavor, like Frank Osborne's Extreme Barley Wine.
Got some color here. Not clear at all.
No, it's dark. Like when you do that stupid thing where you and Marshall mix your Modelo with Miller Lite.
That's good stuff right there.
Oh, coffee.
Oh, God. That's a rough drink
That
right
face
there.
you just made could melt ice. Oh, it smells kind of like coffee and soured milk. What if I just say I don't like it and don't drink it? You scared me. All right, I'm going to do it. Oh, my God. There's so much going on.
It doesn't smell good at
The
all.
smell makes me want to uke. Just don't smell it anymore. Just don't smell it.
All right. This got to be a barley wine.
Yeah, probably, right? Because we hate those.
It's not for me.
It's like butterscotch and Vegemite.
Build me a Vegemite sandwich. I'm not getting the
Oh,
butter.
God. It's super fucking fierce, too. It's
Yeah.
like 14%
You forgot
or
to add
something.
the varnish.
It's like, here's a little bit of butterscotch flavor, and here's a little bit of coffee and warm milk flavor. And, oh, how about a little bit of punch in the alcohol guts? You're like, oof, oh.
I'm not going to finish it.
No, not at all.
Ugh, this is horrible.
Stop. It's just not for you. That doesn't make it horrible.
This is true.
You know what? Let's own it. This is Not good.
I give it a 1.
I give it a 0. I give it a -1, which zeroes it out. 0 Jersey Tims.
Nice.
I'm trying. It's obviously a sipping drink. I think you're right. I think it's a barley wine. I think it's obviously a sipping drink. I just
don't want to sip it.
Before joining the crew as an official contributor to Brulosophy, Jordan Folks was a regular listener who occasionally reached out to share ideas and, at one point, some of the unique beers he had brewed, like his Cabernet Sauvignon Sour Red Ale. And there was no way I wasn't going to share this masterpiece with my buddies.
this is grape juice.
Is this the wine review?
Ooh,
It smells like port.
you don't know what port smells like.
I do.
This is like sour grapes.
It is sour.
Ooh,
I like it.
it's grape juice.
Hey.
This is grape juice.
Well,
Dude, we can't like this.
Well, too late.
And I don't even know that there's any alcohol in it.
let me see.
Like, what are you gonna do?
It's good.
You know how I always know if there's alcohol in something? If you can chug it and it doesn't hurt, there's no alcohol.
This will not hurt.
Ice. On the count of 3, break left. 3, 2, 1. There's alcohol. There's alcohol. I'm gonna yak.
No.
There's alcohol. No, it's good.
It is good.
But it's grape juice, dude.
It doesn't taste anything like beer.
It's just grape juice. I guess it's good. So what would it be, like a grape cider or something? I don't know.
It has a sourish to it.
It's that Stephen King version of something. I'm going to call it graft. What are you calling it?
Well, I don't know what that is.
Dude, I'm so learned above where you are. Just pick a name of something that you know.
Grape knee high
Final answer.
with a little sour.
I give it 0.
0?
That's
Come
a
on.
thing for
This guy
beer.
poured his heart and soul into this.
This is a beer review.
It was
How
good.
much does this taste like beer?
How much does sour beer taste like beer?
Oh, is this what we're going to do? Let's rate it as a grape juice.
I've had a lot worse. I'm going with 7.
7 Tims? He literally took grape juice, like high C, out of his kid's lunch, fed it to us, and you're falling for it, but I'm a learned man, and I will not. This is grape
Right.
juice. I award it no stars, and may God have mercy on your soul.
We may have called this segment the 1 minute beer review, but I'd have the guys review pretty much anything that was fermented and sent in to us by listeners. Back on episode 90, which dropped in May of 2019, the guys reviewed the unique fermented lemonade drink known as Skeeter Pea, which was made by listener Timmy Williams.
Another night, another beer, and
Nice and clear one here. It actually looks like water.
it looks like sparkling water. It
Sparkling.
looks like
Like ginger ale.
Zima. Could it be Zima? Would he be so daring?
That's
He
not
knows
clear
that.
enough.
He knows that we are learned men.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Timmy. You first.
All right, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, it does not smell good.
Well, it doesn't have to.
True.
Oh my God! It smells like farts.
Yeah.
dude, it smells like farts.
It's very sweet.
Sweet farts.
Yeah. Oh, ooh.
No, that's
Nice
ignorant.
sweet farts.
It's ignorant. Oh, dude, it smells like farts and gym socks. Like, it's really pungent. Stings the nostrils in a good way.
It tastes totally
Oh,
different
I
than
can't
it
stop
smells.
smelling it. It's that dude thing where you're like, this stinks, and then you smell it 10 more times.
Very sugary, sweet.
Oh, dude, it's like a.
It's like champagne.
This reminds me of Marshall cider, a cider from the Champagne region of France.
Nailed it.
It tastes all right, but it stinks so bad.
It does stink.
It's like something else I know. Beer. I'm talking about beer.
I have no idea what
It's
it
like
is.
when you put your hand on your armpit to see if it smells, and then it smells, and you can't stop smelling your hand because you're a dude and we came from apes, you know?
I think it's champagne, actually.
He groans up and you groans up and you groans up. I would never eat at this place. Dude, I don't know. It's some kind of a cider, right?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
Stinky cider. I don't do cider, so 0 jerseys.
Now, we'll give him a 2.
Corporate shill.
Well, he put some hard work into this.
You don't know if it's a he, A. You don't know if he worked for it, B. And you don't know if this is Marshall feeding us Zima.
It's not Zima.
You want to go to war, Balake?
I believe it was August of 2018. Tim and I were gifted tickets to see the great Peter Frampton play a live show at a casino near where we live. Those tickets came from a fan of the show, Matt Fitzgerald, who was in charge, I believe, of all of the live audio stuff, like sound engineer stuff. It was really cool. Such a fun experience. In addition to having great seats to a great show, we got to hang out backstage ahead of time. I even got to touch the very guitar that's on the cover of Frampton Live. That was amazing. Well, as a music nerd, it really was just an awesome, awesome night. Anyway, at one point, Matt also sent me a few beers that he'd brewed for the guys to review, one of which was a Mesquite alt beer.
What do we got here, bro?
I don't know. It's pretty.
Ooh, it tastes like oak.
You didn't taste it.
Rich mahogany. It smells like rich mahogany.
It doesn't smell like
You know the taste of wood.
Would I?
All right, let's take a little sip of this rich mahogany. I have many leather-bound books.
It smells like barley.
We are learned men. Some men run from a challenge. Learned men run towards a challenge.
Oh,
I like it a lot.
rich mahogany.
It's delicious.
It is good.
It is some kind of an amber something. It is a Ethethon or no, it's not that.
If
It's
you thetho.
if you thetho. It's a Thethon if you thetho. It's It's some kind of a fucking who knows. It's delicious. I like it.
It is good.
It's some kind of a who knows. If whoever made this delicious beer is looking to name it, you should call it some kind of a who knows. Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I would definitely drink this.
You know why? Well,
tell me why.
Well, because we're two just
morons.
Exactly. If someone's serving this to like the broader brewing community, they're gonna have all these comments. But for you and me, it just tastes delicious.
It tastes good. Yeah.
It tastes delicious, and it doesn't try to do too much. And those are the beers that you and I like.
I'm telling you, it's nice and clear.
I'm gonna give it 1,000 jerseys.
So with mine, we're gonna give it a total of 3,500.
All right, we've got to take a quick break. We'll be back with more throwback Jersey and Tim beer reviews. There's no denying that stainless steel is the best material for brewing equipment, and Delta Brewing Systems offers some of the lowest prices on high-quality stainless gear, like the Firm Tank, which in addition to holding 8 gallons or 30 liters of work, comes with a domed lid to even further reduce the chances of a messy blow-off. Plus, it can hold up to 4 psi of pressure for closed transfers. Delta Brewing Systems also has their own line of brew kettles, as well as one of the lowest-priced all-in-one electric brewing systems out there, and their prices are shockingly low. If you're in the market for legit stainless gear that won't break the bank, do yourself a favor and head over to deltabrewingsystems.com today. Have you ever thought about adding a port to your kettle but held off because you didn't feel like drilling into your gear or sending it off to have someone else do it? From the makers of the world's fastest counterflow chiller, the Exchillerator, comes the Hangover, the easiest way to add extra ports to your kettle as well as countless other options. Mount a faucet to your keg for easy portable pouring. Set up the perfect whirlpool arm. Hold a heating element in place. All of this and so much more without permanently modifying your gear. Manufactured right here in the United States, the Hangover offers brewers too many convenient solutions to list here. So head over to Exchillerator.com today to see what the Hangover can do for you.
Have you ever covered a carpet stain with a rug? Ignored a leaky faucet? Pretended your half-painted living room is supposed to look like that? Well, you're not alone. We've all got unfinished home projects, but there's an easier way. Thumbtack is the app that makes it easier to care for your home. Pull out your phone, and in just a few taps, search, chat, and book highly rated pros right in your neighborhood. Download Thumbtack and start caring for your home the easier way.
Dr. Rick here. Another sign you're becoming your parents is getting particular about details that don't matter.
The craziest thing happened when we got tacos the other day. Was it Wednesday or Thursday we got tacos? I know it wasn't Tuesday because that's when I went to my hairdresser. Shoot, what day was it?
See how we all lost interest there?
Progressive can't help you from becoming your parents, but we can help you compare rates on home insurance with Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Prior to attending the New Zealand Homebrewers Conference back in 2017, my wife and I made a stop in Sydney, Australia, where we met up with fan of the show, Paul Nicodem. He showed us such an amazing time, so when he was in California for an epic hiking trip, we welcomed him into our home. Well, he brought a bunch of stuff with him that he left for the guys to review, like Hop Frolic Rye IPA, which honestly, I'm not even sure if he brewed or if it's commercial. Oh well.
1 minute beer review with Jersey and Tim.
IPA. Or is it an IPL?
Oh, God. Or IPM or IPS. Or
It's very bitter.
It's very bitter?
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good IPA. It's not my favorite. You know, I would choose others over it, but it's a good IPA, and I can tell what it's trying to do, and it does it well.
Does it well?
Not as well as I would like, and it's not my preference, but it's good. It's a good IPA. This is a well-made IPA. Well-rounded. It's got a lot of esters and phenols.
Actually, the second taste is a lot better.
I feel like as you start to like IPAs in some way, I'm starting to define my taste in IPAs, and I don't like as much the piney flavor, and this has got a little bit of that piney flavor. Now, that doesn't mean this isn't a good IPA. I think this is a good IPA. I'm starting to not be a fan of the super piney flavor, and this has got that, right?
Fan of it.
You can taste that, right?
Oh, yeah. And you described the piney. That's juniper to me.
Yeah, everything's juniper.
True.
Everything you don't like is juniper.
Yeah, that must be juniper.
No, I get that, but the super piney flavor, I'm kind of coming away from that. But it's not super strong. It's there. But I think I like this IPA.
But the more I'm drinking it, the more
I like this IPA.
And I hate to admit that.
You're coming around, bud, and I love it. It's a good beer.
As far as IPAs go, this is good.
With each sip, I taste less pine. So I tasted a lot of the pine flavor at the beginning, and now I don't. Now I really like it. I give it...
I'll go with 5.
No. You're going to rate his Jersey, and I'm going to rate his Tim. I give it 4 Tims.
Four
I give it
Tims.
4
That's
Tims.
pretty strong.
It's pretty good, but not great.
So I'm going to have to go with 9 jerseys.
I think that's about what I would call it. For a total of 16, there's Tim's.
I think it was sometime in early 2019 that I got a message from listener and patron of Brewlosophy, Mike Binder, saying he was throwing together a special batch of beer that he planned to give me a bottle of, which he did about a year later. It was a huge bourbon barrel aged stout he called Mother of God.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that.
Dark.
Oh, it's dark.
Dark.
It's darker than your soul. So be it, Jedi. Ooh. You will turn to the dark beer like your father and your father before you.
It smells.
Dude, I love the smell, and I love the look at this. You run it around in the glass, and it takes like 3 minutes for it to run back down. It's like technical science and stuff.
Oh. Dear Lord. This is a rough barley wine.
Watch. When you lean the glass on the side and then you pull back,
and the legs,
it stays there.
Legs stay up.
That's called elasticity.
Elasticity.
It looks dark and heavy. I'm going to guess it at 12% alcohol.
It is very high.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it inside of me.
It's a very high barley wine.
I'm going to put it inside of me. Here we go.
Don't take that much. Ooh. A little bit of Grandpa's cough syrup.
Tic Tac, sir.
This is harsh.
Hang on.
Goodness gracious.
I don't like it, but let's call it what it is.
It's a strong-ass barley wine.
Oh, I like your style. You know what? It tastes a lot like a barley wine, doesn't it?
It kind of tastes like prune juice.
Oh, dude. It's prune juice.
It's prune juice. It's not good.
It's all right. I don't like it. I would never order it. And if I had this at a brewery, I'd drink it, and then I would not insult anyone and not order it again.
I've never out to insult anybody. It's not good, though.
Well, what is it? Should we even guess, or do we just
I told you it was a barley wine that I do not like.
I give it 0 jerseys.
-1.
I'll tell you this. If you ever need to have an exorcism, bring this.
That'll do it.
Every once in a while, a listener would send in a basic beer, something one might expect Jersey and Tim to enjoy on their own, like a Kolsch reviewed by Ryan Gade in episode 134.
Ooh, it's a little bit. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. I'm still Jersey from the block.
Mine's clear.
Woo! Ooh. There's a lot going on. Yeah, it's got a little spike in there, but good. Nah, that was the first hit only. Now I'm just getting a good, smooth beer.
Yeah, very smooth.
Just a good, smooth, clean, crisp beer. I like it.
It's just okay for me. A little pear to it.
Pear.
Like a pear flavor.
Yeah. It's the best pear I've ever had in my mouth.
It's a good pear beer right here.
No, I don't taste any fruit.
It's smooth.
I don't know what I taste. It's a good beer. Remember I told Marshall he needs to put up every single, like when he does that hop thingy that he sends us, he's like, drink this and say what it says.
Yeah,
say what it tastes
all
like.
the descriptors so we
He needs
know.
to put a thing up on the wall with all of the descriptors, and then we'll just pick
and
something.
we can just go down. Yes, no.
Because you can't tell us what we think. If I think it tastes like toast, I can't be wrong, right?
Yeah.
Dude, we're letting him make us look like fools is my point.
Easy task.
That's a good beer. I like that a lot. The first drink I took, it was like a punch to the face, but I think that's just because we hadn't cleansed our palates.
Yeah. It's very clean, and I'm going to finish it right now.
I liked it. It's gone, so I can't make any more reviewing. All I can talk about is the past. 5 jerseys.
Yeah, 5. Now I'm going to go 4.
Okay, for a total of 9. Oh,
One of my favorite things about the 1 minute beer reviews was serving the guys beers that would throw them for a loop, like the Winter Holiday Ale submitted by listener Brett Hansen.
Heads up, it's barley wine. I can already tell. Don't even have to sniff it.
It does smell.
Barley wines are very stinky.
I'm not smelling much.
Your face tells a terrible tale.
It's odd.
We're odd. You're odd. It's not a barley wine. Oh, dude, this is good.
Really?
This tastes delicious. This is an amber.
A little metallic-y tasting.
Metallic-y?
Yeah. It's just,
This is an amber ale, I think. You know what? I'm tired of guessing. This is an amber ale, and I'm going to judge it based on my knowledge. I judge it to be it's a delicious amber ale is what it is.
All right.
No, it might not be. No, it is.
I don't like it.
This tastes like Firestone Walker DBA. I like it a lot. I would put it on top of my house.
I would not.
But that's why we're together, because we're
All right.
different. Clinky.
Cheers.
I like it a lot, dude. I give it 6.9 jerseys.
We're just going to go with a 4 for a total of 15.
While the majority of what Jersey and Tim reviewed was brewed by listeners of the show in their own homes, I'd occasionally serve them popular commercial examples. Of course, they didn't know this at the time of the review. So when Russian River started distributing to Fresno a few years back, I grabbed a bottle of the famed Pliny the Elder, one of the most favorite beers in the world, apparently, to share with the guys. And I've got to say, I was pretty surprised with their assessment.
Smells like an IPA.
Oh my God, you're right.
For once, it's probably Coors Light.
It's been like 7 years since we were learned.
Since the last time I was right. Ooh, 100% juniper right there. Yikes. It's not me. Jersey, this is right up your alley, though.
I have not tasted it. I have not sniffed it.
What about the beer?
I'm going to take a sniff. IPA, like you said. Piney.
Oh, very.
Piney the Elder. It's a Piney the Elder.
Because it's not the younger, it's the elder?
No, the younger has got this. It doesn't matter. Oh, that's good. Okay, so you've witnessed my departure from both religion and IPAs.
In the same night.
You you were there. No, not the same night, because I was a big IPA fan for a long time, and I fell it away. But this is good. This, I swear to Jeebus and all that is holy, is Pliny the Elder.
I believe whatever you say about it, because this is not me at all.
No, that's house it. That's Pliny the Elder. I tasted it.
I don't like it. I've had worse.
I wasn't even joking. You fed this to me a while back. We were learning, man.
I'm gonna go with a 5. What are you going to give it, Jersey?
Well, we already know what it is. We can't rate it. I don't want to be made to look like a fool.
You have to rate it. Come on.
Okay, I'll rate Pliny the Elder 1 Jersey. Jersey the Elder would be better than Pliny the Elder.
Back in December of 2020, that long, dark year for most of us, the guys reviewed a beer sent in by Brian Summers that he called Jump, Jive, and Whale Cream Ale. It was made with both coffee and vanilla.
We have to like the beer. In fact, sometimes that's not right to do.
Ooh, it smells like weed.
You can't serve me beers with weed in them, Mark. I'm in the military. Don't play tricks like that on me. Those aren't funny.
Oh, it's roasty.
It is roasty. I like it already. I like it a lot. You don't like it, do you?
I said,
It is roasty. Oh, what a great word.
Yeah.
We sound like learned men. I like it, dude.
Got like a little spice, too.
Spice.
Yeah.
Like fake weed spice? I'd love to hear your thoughts.
It's like I don't know. You don't get that right at the end? After the roast? Oh, it's good.
I like it too. I have no idea what it is. It's beer.
It is a beer.
No, that's really good. I would drink more of these.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone.
I'm going to say, I'll go 7.
I would give that a 10.
A 10, damn.
10.
All right.
I'm pretty sure when we started the beer review segment, neither Jersey nor Tim had much, if any, experience with mead and its, several variants. However, over the years, we had a number of folks send in different types of mead for review, like the apricot semi-dry mead reviewed on episode 175, which was submitted by listener Brent Hatakayama.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready, Timmy? Woo! This looks like a full-up beer. It looks like an 805. Look at the color is like an 805, Broheem. Whoa, it's not an 805 though, huh?
Damn.
There ain't no 805 of that. There might be a 508. But I like it. I like that. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Don't give me the stink eye. The stink
It's
eye
weird.
doesn't. Nobody can see you giving me the stink eye.
Would I?
I like it, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, I guess.
It's like a watered down mead.
You're like a what? What? Mead? You don't know what a mead is.
That's what it's like.
Get out of here. That was a shot in the dark, and if it's right, there's no way.
That's my only description.
I will not allow you to be more learned than I am.
I'm an expert.
I quit. You show me the respect I deserve, or I quit.
Even a broken clock's right twice a day, right?
I don't know that I want to even talk to you. It's good. I like it.
Yeah, no, it is good. We're like the meads. I really don't like to drink too much, but this you can sit.
You know
there
what,
and drink some more of it.
Timmy and I we've grown to like things that are less powerful. Like things that have just minor tastes like this, I like.
I actually like this.
I'm turning into an old person, and I dig it, dude.
Welcome.
No, that's good. I like that a lot. It's really good. I give it at 6.9 jerseys.
I'm going to go with an 8 on this. I like this.
Back in March of 2021, the guys reviewed a really unique mixed fermentation beer sent in by listener Hayden Henderson. In addition to being made with different yeasts and bacteria, Hayden also included some plants native to where he's from in Melbourne, Australia, lemon myrtle and saltbush.
Very clear, kind of light looking. I got nothing on smell.
The smell doesn't factor in a lot for us, dude.
A little sour.
Yeah, it's a sour.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's all right. It's pretty
all
light.
Yeah,
Pretty light.
a light sour. Ooh, there's a
What's it
type of
called?
beer for a
Gauche?
light sour. It's like
What's
it's dude. There's some like European name. It's,
Oh, gosh.
I am the key master of Gulzer.
It's not bad. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's sour, fruity sour. It's a fruity sour. Do you taste fruit, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a fruity sour.
But without the tartness.
It's a fruity sour. Fruity sour. Fruity sour.
I'm just a 5 on it myself.
You're a sour man too, dude.
Yeah, but it's a weak sour.
Weak in its presentation or weak in flavor?
The flavor, like it doesn't have the tartness of the sour.
Yeah, it's all right. It's pretty good. It's pretty good a guess.
I guess.
I give it a pretty good a guess. Falls in the 3-4 range. I give it a 4.
I already said 5, so a total
5
of
Timmy's.
-6.
4 Jerseys equals at 352.
Now, when Jersey lived in the neighborhood, we'd often end up at his house on nighttime, drinking sessions because he had a well-stocked bar room built into his house. Now, I remember one time showing up and noticing a whole gallon of store-bought pickle juice just sitting on the bar, something Jersey bought specifically for one of his favorite shots, if that's what we're going to call it, the old pickleback. Well, I'm not sure if I'd mentioned that on the show, but clearly listener Zach Otting was picking up on something because he sent me a can of Christmas pickle, a dill pickle Christmas goza from Urban Artifact, a brewery I believe is local to Zach, and I could not wait to hear what the guys thought of this one.
Let's drink. Me from my glass and you from yours.
Cheers, buddy.
What is this? Ooh, this looks like an IPA, doesn't it?
No.
Doesn't it look like an IPA?
No, it's too clear.
It's been a while since we've had a frosty IPA, and it's all weird crap.
No smell.
No, it's a Fluffenmagen from the Vietnamese region of Belgium. Whoa. Pepper.
Damn.
Pepper. I get pepper.
Jalapeno pepper.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you get a little?
Ooh.
Actually, now it's kind of growing on me.
It's
Is
not
that like a
bad. It's not
jalapeno?
bad.
Is it a sour? Is it a jalapeno sour? Or is it the jalapeno that makes it feel sour?
I think it is a sour, huh?
I believe I had this back in '05.
It's good, actually.
I think it's a jalapeno sour. I don't know. No, there's no jalapeno. The jalapeno's gone now.
It's not. It was the peppery, but we took a giant gulp of it, and it was just, wow, in your face.
Yeah, but now it's calmed down.
And I think it is a sour.
There is a little jalapeno in there, dude. I'm not backing down on that.
It's not bad.
There's a little jalapeno in there. There's a jalapeno sour. That's what I'm going with.
I'm with you on that. Or gauche. Is that what they call it? It's not a Miller Lite.
It's not a Miller Lite.
I do like it, though.
Me too.
I'm going with a 6.
And a 6 for me, and a 6 for my invisible friend. 666 Jersey Tims.
Back in August of 2021, a time when we knew Jersey would soon be heading back to Oklahoma, the guys and I sat down for one of our last review sessions, and it was pretty much the same as every prior review session. Between sampling the unique beers sent in by listeners like Adrian Gersoris's The Toot Sweet Pale Ale, Jersey was gracing us with his beautiful voice, a voice I must admit that I miss more and more as time goes by.
You've hurt me. You bringing me hard, and now you leave me, love of my life, can't you see? Bring it back, don't take it away from me, because you don't know what it means to me. That was a gift from me to you. I'm ready to review beers. Ew, yucky.
The smell wasn't very pleasing.
Well, there's 7 feet of head. The esters and phenols are fighting a full-on guerrilla war on this one. Jersey, no likey.
No, I don't like it. It's not horrible. No, it's turning horrible.
It's dish soap.
It's weird. It's weird.
Say dish soap.
You know what? I think it's dish soap.
It's even the right color.
It's horrible on the end.
Again, I apologize because I really do feel bad because we're just ham and eggers. But
exactly.
We as normal humans can put a beverage in our mouth and decide whether we like it or not. And I've decided that as a normal human, I do not like this beverage.
It's getting worse.
Prune juice.
No, it's like kind of like a clove.
A clove?
It's
That's so crazy. It's probably right. I'm an idiot.
I have no idea. It's weird.
I don't know, dude.
I'm not going to finish it.
Yeah, I'm not going to finish it either. I give it all of 0 jerseys.
Yeah, -1.
For a total of 52.
1 minute beer review with Jersey and Tim.
Ah, the good old days. As happy as I am with where things have come with the whole Average Brew series, where every quarter I get to sit down with my friends Tim, Justin, and Craig to review a bevy of beers made by the Brew Club members, I certainly miss old Jersey Bird and the fun that we used to have when he was living here. That said, I am extremely happy to report that he and his family are doing absolutely wonderful in Oklahoma. My family's hoping to make it out there at some point for a visit. But the fact is he's been able to make it home at least once a year since he's been gone. So we get to hang out still and see each other. Perhaps in the future we'll sit down and have him do one of the full episode beer reviews. But friends are friends forever, ain't that right, Jersey? All right, that's all the time we've got for this episode. Please don't forget to check out the Brew Lab podcast, where host Cade Job takes you into the lab with brewing professionals to discuss the fascinating work they've done on our favorite beverage. And make sure to head to brewlosophy.com to read up on all the fun beer and brewing stuff we are up to. The Brulosophy podcast is made possible by the generous support of our sponsors as well as all of our rad listeners. We seriously could not do this without you. Cheers to everyone who has subscribed and left a review of our show. It makes a huge difference. If you haven't yet, please consider doing so. Head over to brulosophy.com/support to view a list of ways you can easily help us to continue producing this podcast. If you want a reward for your support, visit patreon.com/brulosophy. Thanks again for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Brulosophy podcast. Until then, think beer.
Start off the morning with some hot tea, lemon and honey cause it suits my throat. Put some herb in the bowl, yeah, it's homegrown. Ain't gotta go through the middleman no more. Life is good, the likelihood of me.
Ever tried reading while jogging, cooking, or even juggling flaming torches? Yeah, it doesn't end well. But with audiobooks.com, you can conquer books without the circus act. Dive into over 450,000 titles, including more than 10,000 free ones. Get hooked on a bestseller, find your next obsession, or finally read that classic you've been avoiding since high school. And here's the inside scoop. Sign up today for a free 30-day trial and snag your first 3 audiobooks on the house. Sign up for your free trial at audiobooks.com/podcastfree today. That's audiobooks.com/podcastfree.